We're just rolling along. Wednesday, the 3rd of July, just zoom, 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 day after day, zoom, zoom, zoom. Hello, and how are you, folks? Cheers. This coffee cup with the frog I got from my old job. I don't remember the story behind it, but there was someone on the staff that was really into frogs, collecting frog stuff, and I think they gave me the cup. So, checking in, saying hello. I'll show a couple of records and then I get out of here. Yesterday, I was music on my family, focusing on that to take my mind off of the current events, because it's just current events right now are just horrible. The other thing that I'm doing is going through tapes. Most of these tapes, these are my archives. You know, back when cassettes was the way you did stuff. Home recordings, 1984. So most of these have been dubbed down to CD already years ago, but there's some stuff here that hasn't, and I've been kind of trying to find stuff that maybe I had missed. So that's what I did yesterday. But you other musicians and artists, you have this, don't you? You archive your stuff, right? That's what we do. Here's one that Christmas at Smokes. I don't even remember what this is. Oh, okay, this is not me. But I'm on here. I must be on here. Okay, wow. I just found something that was a Christmas present, but I don't play on it. Okay, so that was part of what I did yesterday. I dubbed this early performance in 1984. Early solo performance I dubbed over, and it's like, lots of progress since then, I'll say. Okay, but I also did some listening. Excuse me. And something that came up to play. Yeah, this is what I dubbed just a Subterranean Cafe. Hadn't played this in a long time. This is, to me, a classic song. Now and Forever by Fra Lippo Lippi, Norwegian band that started out sounding like a goth version of Joy Division. They ended up making an album, I think, co-produced by Walter Becker of Steely Dan. So they went from obscure to mainstream pop, but really good quality and really good songwriting. Very memorable. This song, Now and Forever, I've recorded my own version of it instrumentally. And I have tapes where we would jam on it, me and my circle of friends, in right about the time this came out, because it's hypnotic. This is really good if you've never heard it. And this is the version, not the album version. They put out a slicked up version on one of their albums later. This one has the this is haunting. I did some polls for myself, because it's like, let me just play these records. The Sea and Cake, We, when I saw Tortoise the second time, hung out with Archer Pruitt, and I had him sign this. This is low key. It's like Sam Prekup is the lead idea person on this for this band, Sea and Cake. So it's like he's got this kind of to me kind of a wispy voice that I really kind of have a hard time paying attention to. But it's the songs and the sounds and the shape of the music. It's like, this is unusual. This is good. And it's not, when I hear the band, kind of like Tortoise, I don't hear obvious references all the time. Sounds very original. This was an enjoyable listen. On the other hand, this was not as enjoyable, but I keep it as part of my collection. It's okay. Software, electronic universe. Part of the appeal of this is that it's Klaus Schultz label, innovative communication. You can still find these cheap, and there's some of them are good, and some of them are collectible and not cheap. So I endeavored to play one of the albums. It's a double album, and it's just okay. It's just okay. No great shakes. However, in contrast, this is wonderful. Ayako Shinozaki, Music Now for Harp. Recently reissued. This came out originally in 1974. And this is magical. And it's just her playing the harp. I don't think it's an effect. I think she's just using her hand to get a wah-wah effect at times. This is fascinating. Love the artwork too, and it fits. This really took me away. Now, this is the sort of thing that if I were to endeavor to play some music, but you can listen to this online, okay? There's the name Ayako Shinozaki. I'm certain this is online. Everything is online to listen. This is magical. That was wonderful. Now here's another pool where mixed results, okay? Transportation Blue by Michael Shreve, original drummer from Santana. Kevin Shreve, apparently they're related, and Klaus Schultz. And mixed because this goes along pretty good, and then the guitars, Kevin's voice on this is like, no, it takes it in a direction like they're trying to. It starts off spatial, dreamy, and then here comes Kevin with this sort of new age commercial sort of thing with the guitar. It's not like it's bad playing. It's just like that's a direction that I would not have preferred the music go in. Played both sides. Mostly it's good. Here's one. Probably bought this just like because it was cheap at Antiquarium. I remember they were going out of business. I didn't know anything about this, but I went ahead and got it. The Sidewinder Resolution, a project led by a producer named Alan Bryden. Don't know anything about him, but I really like this. Played this all the way through a couple times. It's like that acid jazz, but not acid jazz. This is good and really good beats, and it just it makes me groove. It grooves. This has groove. There's horns on it, vocals, almost R&B, not quite, but it's funky. It's good. Sidewinder. don't remember looking this up, but I don't know much. I don't know anything about this, except this is really good. Love it when I can do that with my collection. And then this, German, Space, Gunther Schickert, Überfällig. This is in that space of Cluster, Harmonia, classic German cosmic music, looping, field recordings, spatial, not like in outer space, but this is really good. Played both sides of this, and I had an original of this, and I got rid of it, so this is a reissue. And just to keep it honest, I was showing you the Renegade Soundwave, so I had to play this. I love this. Space Gladiator, as well as probably a robbery. I just like that stuff. So that's honestly what I have to show. Surviving the 4th of July madness. Tomorrow it'll be insane. Interesting how people decide to shoot the fireworks after dark. Well, of course, but then after 10 o'clock at night. And interestingly enough, not in a good way, it seems right about at 11 that there's this big burst. The last 2 nights it's been like a big burst of just everyone's going nuts. Shooting fire rockets and shit. And the shit that sounds like bombs is what I just don't understand. And it shakes the ground. I don't like it. So let us carry on and see what the days bring. These are interesting times. This is not a settled time. And I'm not the only one. When and it's not from watching TV and not just from my interaction on social media, even though that is a window to the rest of the world. People are concerned about this really unfortunate far-right authoritarian power grab that's going on. It's really disappointing to see things playing out the way that I've been watching it go, and just always hoping to see a fork in the road or somehow slowing down the ultra-right madness. And I'm not left. That's what pisses me off. To be labeled a leftist because you care. That's so weird. So sick. And this is what's going on in the world. And a lot of people are concerned. It's like there's no responsible, caring adults left in the room. It's the fox in the hen house. It's like everything's amok, and it's just the naked power grab. And we're caught in the middle, almost voiceless, even though we speak up, but we don't have big money like Elon Musk, seemingly the jerk that he is, but he's got money, so we hear about what he has to say. And one more thing I very much dislike, and the propaganda of the media. There are editorial decisions made about what stories are carried, all the way to NPR, and I'm hearing it. I'm hearing a way more crap about that one debate where Biden is just, I see myself from a psychological standpoint, I can see where he was flummoxed and kind of like, nervous like hell because of the pressure of the moment, and he flubbed it. But what I hate is seeing how that's the focus of the mainstream media, is all the stories are about, well, so-and-so now is officially saying, well, he thinks he ought to step down. And there's all this talk about Biden not being capable based on that one. It's just ridiculous. Of course, there's other things where we say, well, what about this one? And it's like completely deflecting from this criminal. It's like they're in cahoots. They are. It's like that's their side. Yeah, Trump's on our side. Big business, big money, big corruption. Let him get away with it. That's because that serves our purpose. It's always been obvious to me that, corporate America and big money does not care about people or about the future or about our children. And it's chilling to see over and over again how the mainstream media is used as a propaganda tool by the corporate people who own it. And that is the truth. Look it up. And the way that they slant everything and they spin it. And it's like they're setting us up to have that horrible human being become president again. It's dismaying. It's not funny. And it's sad that there's people who want this, realizing that this hurts all of us. It's not. See, that's what's in my mind. See, this is why there'll be days like this. It's like, I showed you some records, but this is really what I'm thinking about. Dark days ahead. Once again, it looks like old Slippery Don is going to get away with it. And that hurts everyone. That's my point. It's not me personally having a thing. This is a concern for everyone. And that's why it's so frustrating to see that it's just not stopping. And the worst appears yet to come. So, you folks who watch me to get a lift, I just have to be real. So if what I'm talking about bums you out, that's just really kind of too bad, because this is what's on my mind. This is not a paid job where it's like, hey, everybody, let's try to be fake and happy. Let's try to be real and happy, okay? I'm maintaining, looking at all this mess. I'm still able to find joy every day. I just wish that there was a way that we could stop it. I do. All right, that's what I have to say.